If there's one thing that life has taught me, it's that if you make a mistake, you will have to live with that mistake until you die. There is no escape. I remember this one day very vividly when I was just, sitting around minding my own business until my mum came in holding a pair of slippers. And then she asked me a question that still strikes fear into my heart. She asked me, "Charlie, what are these?" Instantly I was just like, oh my god, this is a test. My mum needs to know that she has raised a son who can effectively name a thing when it is placed in front of them. I need to commit myself to this, so I looked her in the eye, I pointed at the slippers, and I said, "Blippid." Which is not the word for slippers. It may have been a long time since that day occurred, it was a good 20 years ago now. I was 1 year old, so it's fairly understandable that I didn't know how to say the word slippers, but it still hurts or whatever. But regardless of it being a long time ago, it still came back to haunt me recently, in the form of Charlie's Blippid Book. For me, the word blippid basically means failure in the face of my parents. But to my parents, the word blippid means funny things that I used to say when I was a baby, and this book is full of them. They're quite adorable, so I thought I'd read you some. Now actually, I do start off fairly well in this. One of the first things that I apparently said, this was when I was 1 year old, I said, "Excuse me, darling," which for a 1-year-old, that's bloomin' impressive. But it just sort of goes downhill from there. For example, we have on record here the first ever song that I wrote. It goes like this, I still remember the tune. Fireman Sam had a train, E-I-E-I-O, and on that train he had a pig. Another example of when I didn't finish something that I was working on. Not only that, but that's clearly plagiarism. I had no creative integrity back then. There are actually a few moments in this book which, reading back, just make me weirdly proud of baby Charlie. Like, for example, I picked up a box of Duplo, like baby Lego. I walked to the door, leaving the room, and I said, "I'm going to work." Which, as a self-confessed workaholic, just makes me happy that that's something I did. This is another one where I'm just incredibly proud of myself. My mum came into the room and said, "I've got a bad back." And I said, "Does that mean you've got a happy front?" A happy front! I couldn't even think of that now! Yay! See if you can guess what I'm trying to describe in this sentence. It came out in my mouth on Mummy's book. I was trying to tell my mother that I had vomited on her Filofax. Again, proud. I don't know why. Vomiting. I don't know. Now, as well as my creative integrity apparently being of low standard, I was also apparently quite sexist when I was little. That's not something I'm proud of at all, but when one of my parents asked me, "Is Daisy your friend?" I said, "No, actually, Daisy's a girl." That is a burn. Right, that's a toddler burn right there. Now, I think this is easily one of the most adorable things in this book, so prepare your R's, have them ready in your throat. My mum had been ill, and so me and my dad went to go and buy her a present, and my dad said, "It's a poorly present for Mummy." And I said, "Not a poorly present, a better present." I'm so pleased! I'm so pleased with myself! I love baby Charlie. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed that little insight into what baby Charlie was like. And I will see you never again. Not really, but feels like that, doesn't it? Bye.
You've just had the almost imponderable joy of watching Charlie Is So Cool-like, which makes you like cool.
Look at Jack Howard. I do find myself being weirdly proud of baby Charlie in some of these. Like, there was this one occasion where apparently I picked up a box of Duplo, which is sort of like baby Lego, if you don't know. I had to look it up, so if you don't know, that's fine. It's Duplo. I'm trying to not offend people who don't know what Duplo is. If you don't know what Duplo is, you're an idiot. Deal with it. I picked up my Duplo, I walked out of the room, and I said, I'm not going to use that take.